Alright, Shalom. Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to begin this lesson by giving all glory, all honor, and all praises unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Ruach Kodash, giving double honors, double unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who surely do rule well, to the men standing by the highways and byways pushing this doctrine, I'd like to say Shalom. And even unto the sincere Aqua, the sisters who sit listen these lessons in silence, subjection, and obedience unto their husbands, I like to say Shalom. Right, there's your brother Hemaya Shala coming back to you again with another bit of edification, and Lord willing, this video is edifying. Right? Title I have for this lesson: the gold and silver coins of Yahweh. Which is something I wanted to get into, the precious jewels of the Lord, right? Which, Lord willing, by the end of this lesson, you'll understand that is us, the Israelites, right? First precept I want to get here is 2nd Ezra 16 and verse 70. For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear Yahweh, right? And the ones who fear the Most High Yahweh is the elect, right? I believe that Sirach 17 and verse 10, and the elect shall praise his holy name, right? And this now, treasure, right? Isaiah 33 and verse 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and the strength of salvation. The fear of Yahweh is his treasure, right? So the only ones who fear the Most High Yahweh in these last days is the elect, right? As you know, the prophecy says, that is Isaiah 59 and verse 19. So shall they fear the name of Yahweh from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of Yahweh shall lift up his standard against him. So what? We know the elect already know the Most High name, and if they don't know it yet, they will know it. And they already fear the Most High, right? Because that is the lot they've been given, right? So going back now to 2nd Ezra 16:70, because again, so shall they fear the name of the Lord, right? The elect already fear the name of the Lord. The Lord had to put his fear on and in the rest of the people in the world. So this have to be speaking about the elect in this verse 70. I'm going to jump down to verse 73, right? Then shall they be known, the elect, who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as gold in the fire. So, the topic here, the gold and silver coins of the Most High, is the elect, by extension, the whole nation of Israel, right? But who's going to be manifested first as the ones to be the gold is the elect. They Job chapter 20, chapter 23 and verse 10. But he knoweth the way that I take. When he had tried me, I shall come forth as gold, right? So we know the elect set to go through that trial, which we'll get into later in this video, is that what the elect shall come out as gold. And, fuck away with the rest, right? Is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3 and verse 6. As gold in the furnace had he tried them, and received them as a burnt offering. Speaking of who? The men, the believers, the ones who already fear his holy name and will fear his holy name in this time before he has to make his glorious and grand appearing, right? It have a people in this world already who the Most High already have accounted as and looked at like gold in this time. Going to the book of Sirach, chapter 2, and reading verse 5. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. So it have a group of men already in the world who the Lord already accept, who he looks as, or who are looked at as like gold, right? And those is the elect men, women and children as well. Beginning with the 144,000 and then going down to the believers, right? And what we have to understand is why it is looked at. Why it is looked at like gold and these things is because what? They're going through that refinement as we reading in what that furnace of adversity. That is what the elect gonna set to go through in these last days to be proven that they are the true gold and silver coins of the Most High. So Zechariah, chapter 13 and verse 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith Yahweh, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. Again, a small number, I believe is what? That Isaiah 2, except the Lord had left unto us a very small remnant. That Isaiah 2, Isaiah 1. So okay, if you give me a second here. Very small remnant. Isaiah 1 and 9, right? Except Yahweh of hosts had left unto us a very small remnant, we should have been as Sodom, and we should have been like unto Gomorrah. So what that very small remnant is the gold and silver coins of the Lord. That is the ones he really checking out for and looking for, and what the ones he gonna pass through the fire. As we're gonna read going down in this verse 9, right? 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third, the remnant, shall be left therein. And I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, Yahweh is my God. So what? The Lord gonna pull the elect. He's gonna pull these gold and silver coins through that fire, through that refinement, and they're gonna be tried and gonna be found and deemed worthy as gold and choice jewels, the Most High, right? Going now to the book of 1 Peter, chapter 1 and verse 7. That the trial of your faith, the tribulation, the things we set to go through in these last days, and the elect will make it through and will not falter. Again, the Lord say, what say the answer of power unto him? I have reserved unto me 7,000 men who will not bow the knee to the image of Baal, right? So it have a set men in this world who are the Lord gonna pull through and the destined to go through and not gonna falter, right? That second is just again, he began to commend them who stood so stiffly for the name of Yahweh. So it have a set group of people who gonna be pulled through that fire and who gonna be found as worthy, right? They're gonna be found as worthy gold bars. There are others who just they're gonna make the cut, right? 1 Peter 1 and 7, the trial of your faith being much more precious than of gold that perisheth, though it be tried with fire, might be found unto praise and honor and glory at the appearing of Yahweh Shai Mashiach. So what when the Lord appear, he's going to look at you and he's going to see if you've been purified enough by all the afflictions and all the trials and the fire that the Lord going to put you through the furnace of adversity. And he's going to see if he can see himself in you. And if he can't see himself in you, then you've been deemed worthy, right? Jumping now. Because again, we have to understand, not only is there going to be an affliction that's going to cause the elect to be purified and going to be deemed worthy as the gold and silver coins of the Lord, but we know the whole nation of Israel, by extension, going to be made like unto fine jewelry to the Lord, right? There's Isaiah 62 and from 1. For Zion's sake will I not hold my peace, and for Jerusalem's sake will I not rest, until the righteousness thereof go forth as brightness, and the salvation thereof as a lamp that burneth. And the Gentiles shall see thy righteousness, and all kings thy glory, And thou shalt be called by a new name, which the mouth of Yahweh shall name. Thou shalt also be a crown of glory in the hand of Yahweh, and a royal diadem in the hand of thy power. Right? Bear with me here, I'm going to go into that word diadem. So what the Lord is likening the nation of Israel and what it is he said to do with them as unto making them like unto jewelry, right? I'll first go into that word crown. Seeing here is the Hebrew word itara, crown or wreath, right? Right, so it's a crown. And going into what this word diadem goes into the Hebrew word tazasawap, which is what a turban or a headdress, right? Right. So we understand here is what the Lord is going to liken the nation of Israel and going to make the nation of Israel like unto a crown that he's going to adorn his head with, right? So the Lord is set to make his children, his people, his nation into, something glorious that you can wear, that you can put on, right? And that is what the prophecy says. There is Revelation 21 and verse 3. Not this. Well, in fact, we'll read this as well, but the precept really here is that's it. My son. Yes, sir. Yes, no. Right, it's like it's this as well. Yep, the Revelation 21 and from verse 1. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, which what we know as cities are people before is a place. So the people of the nation of Israel are going to be made like anew, and they're going to be different than what they is now, right? Coming down from power out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, Behold, the tabernacle of the Most High is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and power himself shall be with them, and be their God. So what? The Most High, whatever it is he's going to do with the nation of Israel, he's going to fashion the new vessels that the elect going to have to be something like unto glory, right? Something that he can dwell within. And we know that's going to be decked out because what? I believe that the book of Philippians 3 from verse 20. For our conversation is in heaven, from whence we also look for the Savior, the Lord Yahweh Shai, who shall change our vile body, that it may be fashioned like unto his glorious body, according to the working whereby he is able even to subdue all things unto himself. So whatever it is the Lord Yahweh Shai is going to appear and look like, we know, Lord willing, we be a part of the elect, that we're going to appear and look just like him. And what? He's glorified right now, right? I believe that is 1 John. Right, 1 John 3 and verse 2. Beloved, now are we the sons of power, and it doth not yet appear what we shall be, but we know that when he shall appear, we shall be like him, for we shall see him as he is. And we know, according to that new covenant that the Lord is set to make with the nation of Israel, what he's going to dwell in us, right? He's going to dwell in us. So wherever it is we're going to be like when the kingdom comes at the return of our Lord, it's going to be something magnified, it's going to be something glorified, and it's going to be something glorious, right? So now, jumping to the book of Isaiah 13 and verse 12. I will make a man more precious than fine gold. even a man in the golden wedge of Ophir. So what, we're going to be something to be desired when the kingdom comes around. We're going to be something that the whole world wants and is going to look after, right? And it's something that we're going to have the whole praise of the whole earth, right? I believe that is Isaiah 60. Let me see. Yep. Verse 14, Isaiah 60 and 14. The sons also of them that afflicted thee shall come bending unto thee, and all they that despise thee shall bow themselves down at the soles of thy feet, and they shall call thee the city of Yahweh, the Zion of the Holy One of Israel. So what? Wherever it is the Lord gonna do, He's gonna deck out the whole nation of Israel in terms of the way we look, the way everybody is gonna be. It's gonna be something literally likened unto treasure, and to find golds, rubies, diamonds, these things. That's how it is we're gonna look. We're gonna look shiny, right? And the whole world gonna be able to look at us and see us. Wait, is I believe that is when Yahushua would have transfigured himself. I believe in Matthew 19. Yes, no, Moses, let me see. Right. Matthew 17 and from verse 1, and after 6 days Yahushua taketh Peter, James, and John his brother, and bringeth them up unto an high mountain apart, and was transfigured before them, and his face did shine as the sun. So wherever it is he looked like at that time when he showed them his true form, the whole nation of Israel, are gonna look like that as well upon his return when he transforms the elect. Lord willing, we be a part of that number. And his raiment was white as the light, and behold, there appeared unto them Moses and Elias, typing Elijah, talking with him. So what? The whole nation of Israel, when he's finished, is gonna look like him. He's gonna fashion our vile body one like unto his glorious body, and what we're gonna be like gold and silver coins of the Most High, right? And we understand again, the elect gonna have the spirits to be the first fruits, the ones who would first inherit that that glorious body. Because what? We know Yahushua is the first from the dead, right, the first of many brethren, but the elect is the first fruit spirits. And again, through all the afflictions that they're gonna go through, what? That is what gonna refine the spirit, and when he returns, he's gonna be able to see himself in them, right? And we have to understand already is that what the Lord already does look at the nation of Israel like he finds jewels, and if he gold and silver coins, and what he does, right? Because they currently, right now, as things stand, we don't really belong to the Lord, right? They Exodus 21 and 16, and he that stealeth a man and selleth him, or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death. Right now, currently, we are in the hand of the ones who currently rule the world, right? Job 9 and 24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? So right now, currently, there's a man in the earth, a great thief, who has absconded with all the jewels of the Lord. Revelation 18 and 24. I'll read from verses 23. And the light of a candle shall shine no more at all in thee, and the voice of the bridegroom and of the bride shall be heard no more at all in thee. For thy merchants were the great men of the earth, for by thy sorceries were all nations deceived, right? Speaking of America, Babylon the Great, right? Which also, you could look at, America being the new capital of Edom in these days, the spiritual bourgeois. And in her was found the blood of prophets and of saints and of all that was slain upon the earth. Because you see, we all been kidnapped by America the Great, right? Babylon the Great. Esau, Edom has in these last days successfully, and when that last prophecy, that Revelation 13:16 plays out, will successfully abscond with what the large majority are the jewels of the Most High power, right? Because what? 2 Thessalonians 2 and verse is, let me see here, verses 4, who opposeth and exalted himself above all that is called God or that is worshipped, so that he has power, sitteth in the temple of the Most High. What the temple of the Most High or the tabernacle of the Most High is with men. Worship, I believe that is 1 Corinthians 6:19. What? Know ye not that your body is the temple of the Ruach HaKodesh which is in you, which ye have of the Most High, and ye are not your own? For ye are bought with a price. Therefore glorify the Most High in your body and in your spirit, which are powers. What? They sold a girl for wine and a boy for harlot. What have they done with the temple of the Most High? Well, they did, as Yahweh Shai said, they did unto him whatsoever they listed. And right now, in these last days, there's said to be a prophecy that will take place in which these people, Lord willing, we now accounted with them. There's going to be a set group of people who are Israelites who gonna what? Who gonna give the body over to the whims and fancies of the devil. What? So when the Lord Yahweh Shai returns, he's gonna find a lot of men that actually belong to his father in the hands of Esau and Edom. Why? Because he stole them. That is how this devil operates. He operates like a thief, right? But at the end of the day, the Lord coming to take back, and I guess you could say steal back as well, the true jewels, because what? We know the Lord coming as a thief in the night. The Joel 3 from verse 1. For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Yahweh Shaphat, Yahweh's judgment, and will plead with them there, which goes into judging, right, or rebuking, with them there for my people and for mine heritage, whom they have scattered among the nations, and they parted my land. So Esau and Edom also didn't just steal the Most High's people, but he also stole his land, right? And they have cast lots for my people, and look at bringing it now, and have given a boy for an harlot and sold a girl for wine that they might drink. So what? They treated the Lord's people as their own possessions, right? As bartering tools. Verse 4, yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coasts of Palestine? Will ye render me a recompense? If you recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head, because ye have taken my silver and my gold. Again, remember, the tabernacle and the Most High being with men, those men have been likened unto gold and silver coins, right? That's Zechariah 13, verse 9. You will pull them through the fire, refine them as gold is refined, and refine them as silver is refined as well. So what? You have stolen the Lord's silver and gold and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things. So now we know this actually talking to, a lot of the literal stuff that the Lord would have had in his temple when these Gentiles would have sacked the temple. But what? Spiritually speaking, you could really say that also speaking to the people, because they have stolen the Lord's people, right? He that leadeth into captivity will go into captivity. I believe that is also what? Revelation 11, and I believe is verse... I'll read from verse 9. And they of the people and kindreds and tongues and nations shall see their dead bodies 3 days and a half. Speaking of our spiritual death, 3 days and a half, 350 years, and shall not suffer their dead bodies to be put in graves. And they that dwell upon the earth shall rejoice over them. So this what? That first Maccabees 2:10. What nation had not part in her captivity and have gotten of her spoil? That's speaking about the people as well, right? and make merry. Sorry, verse 10 again. And they that dwell upon the earth shall rejoice over them and make merry, and shall send gifts one to another, because these two prophets tormented them that dwelt on the earth. So what was those gifts that they were sending? That was actually speaking about us, the transatlantic slave trade. They sold us like literal merchandise. They made merchandise of the nation of Israel. So what? The Lord coming back to avenge the people, and he what back he does. Haggai chapter 2 and verse 8. The silver is mine, and the gold is mine, saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. The glory of this latter house shall be greater than than of the former, saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. And in this place will I give peace, saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. So what? The Lord coming here, and he coming back for he does. He coming back for what belongs to him. And currently speaking, as that Exodus 21 and verse 16, we are currently, and whoever takes the mark of the beast will currently, or will find themselves at that time, to be in the hand of Esau and Edom, and the Lord will render a recompense unto them for stealing his property, right? And last precept here, Zechariah 2 and 8. I'll read from verse 6. Ho, ho, come forth, and flee from the land of the north, saith Yahweh, America. For I have spread you abroad as the four winds of the heavens, saith Yahweh. Deliver thyself, O Zion, that dwellest with the daughter of Babylon. For thus saith Yahweh of hosts, after the glory had he sent me unto the nations which spoiled you, for he that toucheth you toucheth the apple of his eye. For behold, I will shake mine hand upon them, and they shall be a spoil to their servants, and ye shall know that Yahweh of hosts hath sent me. Sing and rejoice, O daughter of Zion, for lo, I come, and I will dwell in the midst of thee, saith Yahweh. So what? The Lord coming, and he coming back to avenge himself of all his adversaries, and what? To recompense all those who would have stolen all his goodly pleasant things, being what? The people of the nation of Israel, his gold and silver coins. So Lord willing, this lesson was edifying, and that you were edified. In closing, we like to say, Kal Halal Yam La Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ba'ashem Ruach. We like to give double honors, double unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who surely do rule well. To the men standing by the highways and byways pushing this doctrine, we like to say Shalom. And even unto the sincere Akwati sisters who sit listen these lessons in silence, subjection, and obedience unto their husbands, I like to say Shalom. This was your brother Maya Shahara. Until next time, I say Shalom.